The Guaranteed Rate Bowl originally looked like a great matchup between Wisconsin and Oklahoma State. But with so many opt-outs, this game took a turn that for some would say is for the worse, and others would say for the better. We really don't know who's going to win this game. So many big-time opt-outs, so many big-time changes for both programs. Some would say it makes it a lot more interesting. Some would say not nearly as much. But regardless, guys, we are here to break down everything you need to know for this matchup between the Badgers and the Cowboys, and of course share our official prediction. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. We're so glad you could join us today as we're here predicting every single college football bowl game. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below, including our expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. For just $29.99, we have our holiday special where you'll receive every single college football bowl game spread pick and every NFL playoff spread pick as well. So all postseason football combined into one package that we can guarantee will finish with not just a winning record, but big-time winnings in your pocket. So go check it out. A link to that down in the description below over on thegridironexpert.com. So we take a look at this game, guys. We said so many opt-outs. We don't know who the heck's going to win it. And it's true. You look at Wisconsin, a very disappointing year for both. Both teams really disappointing. Wisconsin coming in at 6-6, Oklahoma State coming in at 7-5, a year where many thought the Badgers could win the Big Ten West, a year where Oklahoma State, many thought could get back to the college football playoff or at least the Big 12 championship game, but fell well short. You look at Wisconsin, they've already hired Luke Fickell away from Cincinnati, one of the best hires of this offseason, and Fickell will be coaching in this game. In some sort of capacity, he will be out there on the sideline to prepare for 2023. But he's not going to have his quarterback in Graham Mertz. Graham Mertz opting out, transferring from the program. Oklahoma State, their star quarterback, Spencer Sanders, maybe a little more surprising, he is transferring along with their leading rusher, Dominic Richardson, and their leading tackler, Mason Cobb, at linebacker, who had 96 tackles on the year. So big-time opt-outs for both sides here. Who's going to win it? We simply don't know. But take a look at the offense, guys. Look at Wisconsin. Without Graham Mertz in this game, it's going to be Miles Burkett at quarterback, who has 5 passes in his career. 5 pass attempts in his career. He should be getting the nod in this game against the Cowboys. Badgers so far this year averaging 26.5 points per game, only 189 passing yards per game, and 173 rushing yards per game. And even for Wisconsin, that's a pretty low rushing number. That's a pretty low rushing output for a team that wants to bully you up front and run. Obviously, that's what they're going to want to do against Oklahoma State. New quarterback in at play. Questions at the quarterback position, new coach on your sideline. Let's go back to what you're good at. Run the ball with Braylon Allen, who has over 1,100 yards and 10 touchdowns on the year. Maybe that'll help open up the pass for Burkett. If you can establish the run, he can set up for some easy throws, some easy play action attempts. We don't really know what to expect from Wisconsin offensively, especially with Luke Fickell on the sidelines and without a quarterback in Mertz, who maybe wasn't all that great with the Badgers, but at least was a veteran. You look at Oklahoma State, we don't know what to expect from them either. Talk about a veteran quarterback. Spencer Sanders transferring from the Cowboys was a major shock when it came to the transfer portal. So the Cowboys are now without their star quarterback, and they're now without their leading rusher. And I believe the loss of those two for Oklahoma State is much bigger than the loss of Mertz for Wisconsin. Sanders, guys, had over 2,600 yards, 17 touchdowns on the year. Richardson had over 500 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns on the year. So it'll most likely be Garrett Rangel at quarterback. More than likely, he's going to get the nod in this game for Mike Gundy and the Cowboys. He started in their game against Kansas and West Virginia. Both of them losses, but in those 2 games combined for 482 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. So not great stats, but not horrible either. He does have a good arm. He's young. It's just going to take a little bit of time. Brennan Presley, Bryson Green, Braden Johnson should all be there at wide receiver, so the Cowboys at least have a pretty solid and deep wide receiver core. This is an offense, guys, that was averaging 284 passing yards per game and 132 rushing yards per game. Both those marks are going to take a major hit, and it's going to be really interesting to see what Mike Gundy and Oklahoma State choose to do offensively against this very stingy Wisconsin defense. You take a look at Wisconsin, guys. This will be Jim Leonard's last game with the program. So he has been the interim head coach for Wisconsin. He had been serving as defensive coordinator. He'll be calling the defensive plays in this game, and then he's gone. And someone's going to get themselves a pretty dang good defensive coordinator. The Badgers, guys, giving up just 20.5 points per game, 202 passing yards per game, 103 rushing yards per game. That's it. So despite the offensive struggles these last few years, one thing has been constant with Wisconsin, and that is really, really good defense. The Badgers have 31 sacks on the year. They have 15 interceptions on the year, and I'd say those are both really good marks when you're playing against a young quarterback. So expect a lot of blitz packages from Leonard, expect a lot of blitz packages from the Badgers to get after a young quarterback, regardless of who Mike Gundy starts. The Badgers have been stingy in the secondary, and if they can pressure him and get him behind the chains, it's going to be really hard for the Cowboys to move the ball. You look at Wisconsin, guys. Obviously, they are 6-6. A key factor here is turnovers. The Badgers have lost the turnover battle in 4 of the 6 losses that they have. They were even in the other ones, broke even, so no differential in turnovers in their other 2 losses. But in 4 of the 6 losses they've had, they can't force turnovers. They haven't won that battle. So yes, the offense has been an issue for that, but the defense has struggled in creating some takeaways in those games as well. They have forced 18 turnovers on the year. They have committed 18 turnovers on the year. So the plus minus is 0 heading into this game against the Cowboys. Be a great way to finish if they could finish in the positive when it's all said and done. Oklahoma State defensively has been abysmal this year. Major reason for their struggles. 29.3 points per game is what they're allowing. They're giving up 270 passing yards per game and 171 rushing yards per game. And that number, that's concerning. When you look at Wisconsin, you know what they like to do. They want to bully you up front, push you around on the offensive line, and run. That's what they want to do. And the Cowboys haven't been able to stop the run. And we've talked about the secondary in the past, how bad the secondary's been almost all year long. People kind of disregard the ground game. Look at this guy. The Cowboys giving up 250 rushing yards to West Virginia, 175 rushing yards to Oklahoma, 351 to Kansas, 199 to Kansas State, 204 to Texas, 224 to TCU. Those are some big-time rushing numbers that they're allowing defensively, and they're now going up against a team that's going to be without their quarterback and wants to run the ball. That's a key, guys. Oklahoma State has to find a way to stop Braylon Allen. They have to find a way to stop Wisconsin and get them behind the chains, force them to be in difficult situations with a young quarterback. Both teams going to have inexperienced quarterbacks under center. Really, it's a matter of, one, who can run the ball the best, and which defense is going to step up and create the most mistakes from that young quarterback. And ultimately, guys, I believe that's going to be Wisconsin. That's my gut. I got to go with Wisconsin here. In a game between 2 young quarterbacks, and a game with so many opt-outs on both sides, and a game where you look at both teams and you go, do either of them really care to be there? Do either of them really care about this game? Someone's got to win it. And I'm going to go with Wisconsin, who is going to try to make a pretty solid first impression for Luke Fickell. They're going to try to send Jim Leonard out on a high. I love the defense in this game. I don't have too much faith in Oklahoma State's offense, especially without their quarterback and running back. That's the key there as well. Expect Wisconsin to dominate the line of scrimmage, to dominate the time of possession, to run the ball at will, get 1 or 2 key stops defensively, and the Badgers will win their bowl game. They will finish with a winning record, and the Luke Fickell era will officially begin at the conclusion of the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below, including our expert picks over on our website, thegridironexpert.com. Again, we have some of the best college football and NFL spread picks in the country over there, including our holiday special, where for $29.99 you get every single college football bowl game spread pick and every NFL playoff spread pick as well. So all of those picks combined into one package, and we want you to take advantage, guys, to win big with us as a part of our GE Nation. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.
Yeah.